Hey guys, I see Sangahan. Sangahan, my friend, how are you? Thank you for being here. Much appreciated. Give me a second. My computer's jumping all over the place. How's everyone's day going? I don't think there's anyone here yet. I think Sangahan's here, but he might have done a flyby, popping in and saying hi, which I appreciate. Hey, Nightmare. Nightmare says, just me, sir. Just Nightmare is enough. It's enough. The man who started the uh, happy birthday trolling train that has been going continuously now for how long's it been going on? For a month? It's pretty amazing when you think about it. And then you just faded in the background. You got it started and faded in the background, which is pure genius. All right. We're going to talk about a few things here, as always. Hey, Rhea. Rhea says hi. How are you, my friend? Jace, my friend. Speaking of getting the train rolling, Jace picked up on that happy birthday thread and has run with it. Thank you, my friend. Hey, Grumpy. Grumpy says, say Eric and everyone in the chat. Grumpy, my friend, how are you? Slongahan says 5 likes already. Yes, 5 likes. Thanks, guys. Much appreciated. Nightmare says, like to watch my creations flourish. You certainly do. It makes me slightly worried about what's next. What I enjoy is that you use your talent, you use your trolling talent for good, for laughter. Grumpy says, yes, hi buddy. Jace waves at Grumpy. Bray says, I'm okay. Because the comment was on her channel. So, well, she was in this morning. Hey, Sebastian. She was in early this morning, the 5 a.m. live stream. Let's see if she shows up for this afternoon. She was going to look for me on Messenger so she could reach out if she needed anything. So Rhea says, I'm okay. Is Yoda not here? I need to ask her something. Well, definitely be careful, Rhea. Be careful what you ask her. We just don't want we don't want our friend to be triggered in any way. And sometimes when we're suffering, it doesn't take much to trigger us. What's up there, Jace? It's a nice looking hat.
Hello, Michael. Sebastian,
Michael.
Grumpy, Anna, Songo. Yeah,
Hey,
she's good, thank you. She's quite happy. Raya, hiya, hope you are. Nightmare. So that's everybody said hello to just very quickly. Something's happened.
Where?
In here?
No, that's the worst place for something to happen.
Yes. So I've been thinking. You ready?
I think so. Should I brace myself?
Maybe.
All right.
At first I was afraid. I was petrified. I just got so many words, they were hidden right inside. And then I spent so many nights thinking all about this song. And I knew to myself that I would not get it wrong. Happy birthday to you. I'd like to say it's happy birthday. And sometimes that is 3 a day. You know, we come here just to have a little fun. And we go on. Nightmare, you're the one it begun. So I love you. Thanks very much. You know I sung the song. off the top again. That's clutch. I've got the words, and they all really seem to flow. And now I've seemed to have 1 minute and 29 seconds gone. Soon I'll have to go. So that is me. My song is done. But everybody, it's Saturday. You know we're having a little bit of fun. So with Zena just sat here on my lap, I'd like you all just put your hands together and give me a little clap.
That
You know I
close
made
to
that up.
I was that close to dancing.
You know I just made that totally all up. I had to change a little bit, and I managed to put the time in as well, which was good. Squirrel,
Amazing.
here he is. Hello, buddy.
That might have been your masterpiece.
I'm just one of many. The brain works in mysterious ways.
Yours definitely does.
Weird. Well, thank you for the compliment. I won't say much more.
Nightmare says, Jace, brilliant. That's a high compliment.
Hopefully somebody's clipped that one. If you'd like, you can use that as a short. It's the brain. The brain works in mysterious ways. Sometimes it doesn't work at all, and sometimes it just goes at 1,000 miles an hour. But obviously, it is what it is. Yeah, baby.
Well, you've had your shower for the day now.
No, I'm just really hoping that she hasn't just been licking her bum. I'm going to go and wash my face either way afterwards. But if I could lick my bum, I probably would. I'm not that flexible. And,
Well, a couple years of yoga will get you there.
okay, you have secrets. You do reveal more than you should. And that's a really fetching, striking top. Nice one.
Well, thank you. Hey, I'll give this a shout out. This is Daniel Construction, who has a construction company, roofing and sidings and stuff like that. I was his trainer for a number of years. And when I lost my business and due to COVID, the shutdown and taking care of my father, I lost a ton of clients except for one. This guy sustained me all through the shutdown, paying me every month.
Loyalty, awesome stuff.
Paying me now. I trained his 2 kids through middle school, high school, and college, and now they're professional athletes.
Oh, wow. Yes, good stuff. Amazing stuff. A quick question for you.
Yeah.
Do you know John Wall?
No.
Do you know Stephanie Wall?
No.
Do you know Robert Wall?
No.
Michelle Wall?
No.
So if I phoned you up and said, do you know any, are there any walls at your house? What would you say?
Yes.
Okay then. Nearly.
That close. You're that close.
Nearly fell in.
Yeah.
Right, 4 minutes and 20 seconds. Happy Saturday and happy birthday. Make it another special day, as always. Much love, much kindness. I will be live in about an hour's time. I'll get a quick session in, and then it's bedtime. But yes,
all right.
Lucy, good afternoon.
Hey, Lucy.
Happy Saturday. Hopefully you enjoyed your little song.
I most certainly did.
See you tomorrow.
Yep.
Speak to you in a minute. Namaste.
Yep.
Bye.
Namaste, my friend. Jason to see you. Hey, Jason. Let's see. Nightmare says your top looks great, sir. Very vibrant. Thank you. I haven't worn this in a while. Ray says, I was just wondering because Yoda is, I rewatched your live stream earlier and heard she isn't going to have a good day. Willow has a lot of things going on. So as her friends, we're here. We provide our presence. We give love, but we don't want to push. You know what I mean? We don't want to let people reveal what they want to reveal when they're ready to. Michael says, hope you're doing well, mate. Grumpy says, I could lick my bits. I wouldn't leave the house. I'm telling you guys, you got to take up yoga. Hey, Jory. Jory says, hey, much love and blessings to you, my friend. Thank you for coming in. Squirrel Sniper, how are you, my friend? Jason says, good morning, Yogi and everyone. Good morning to you, Jason. Matthew and Mommy's World, how are you, my friend? Thank you for your return visit. Ray says, looking just worried about her. And I know I might not be nice to her all the time, but I try to be nice. Here's the thing. We never have to try to be nice. We're just nice. If you're making an effort, you're thinking too hard about it. Just be nice. And I see you, Rhea. I see you being nice. So I appreciate that. Lucy says, good afternoon. Sebastian says, hey, Lucy. All right. Everyone is saying hi. Give me 1 second, guys. One second. All right. So the title, The Three Gates. The Three Gates. Let's see. Rhea says, I'm not a nice person. Actually, you are a nice person because, for one, I've seen you be nice. I've seen you be nice quite a few times. As well, everyone's a nice person being themselves. If you're not nice, it means you're not being yourself. It means that you are lost in your own perceptuary. I might have just made that word up. Mind frame. That you're in yogic psychology terms, it means that you are looking through the 5 afflictions of the mind, the kleshas, and you're unable to see reality itself. I'll bring up a quote in a minute. I'll bring up a quote now. Hold on a second, guys. Three gates. Please listen with attention. This is important for so many of us. Squirrel Sniper and I have talked about this before. I brought it up quite a few times on the channel. So this was originally attributed to Rumi, the great Sufi poet. I was going to look up and remind me, I'll do it later. A wonderful line from a Rumi poem. But this has been picked up particularly by Buddhism, particularly Zen Buddhism, attributed to the Buddha. But the first, I think, people became aware of it was through the poetry of Rumi. There's 3 gates. Let every single thought that you have, this calls for mindfulness, pass through these 3 gates. If they don't pass through any one of them, don't say it. It's that simple. Number 1, is it true? Not do you believe it's true? Not do you want it to be true? Not do you hope that it's true? Not that, hey, if I say it, it'll be true. If I say it, at least people will believe it's true. Is it true? And you absolutely know for certain, 100% without a shadow of doubt, that it's true. If it is, then you pass through that first gate. The second, is it necessary? Not do you think it's necessary, not do you believe it's necessary, not do you want it to be necessary. Is it necessary? A piece of the puzzle, and we confuse it for reality. It's not reality. It's not the whole puzzle. It's not even a real little piece of the puzzle. It's our perception of that piece of the puzzle. And why would it be necessary? To make you feel better? Is it ego gratifying? If it's ego gratifying, that doesn't make it necessary, because you never feel better afterwards. There's always that regret, especially when it blows up in our face or when we hurt someone. It's never, never, never worth hurting someone, which brings us to the third gate. Is it kind? Is it kind? Is what you're saying to someone after it's passed through those 2 gates, is it true? Is it necessary? Is it kind? Is it kind for that person? And is it kind for yourself? Because if it's passed through those 2 gates, and you're going to say it, and it's going to hurt that person, it's going to hurt you as well. So is it being kind to you? Is it kind? For me, any one of those gates would be true, especially if you're living a yogic lifestyle. If you're in any way consider yourself or want to be a yogi is just someone who practices yoga. Don't even have to be good at it. I'm not real good at it, but I'm sincere. One of the yamas is, let's look that up too. The yamas and the niyamas, which are the foundation of yoga. If you're not practicing the ethical restraints and the personal observances of yoga, then you're just stretching and you're just breathing funny. It is the yamas and niyamas that make everything yoga. The first one is ahimsa, which is nonviolence, and we can take these so deep. Words of violence. If it doesn't pass that last gate, if it's not kind, it's a violent expression that we have used as a weapon against someone, which only comes back to hurt us. Asteya, non-stealing. This is important too. And again, we take it deeper. What are we stealing? When we speak a certain way to someone, what are we stealing from them? Are we stealing their well-being? Are we stealing our own peace of mind away from us? Satya, truthfulness. That's the third. It's not in any particular order. Is what you're saying true? Again, not a belief, not an opinion. Is it true? Is what you're thinking true? This is all a form of self-inquiry, which is jnana yoga, the yoga of knowing who we are. Brahmacharya, which a lot of people don't like because it means moderation or abstinence. And it is moderating our energy, particularly our sexual energy. It doesn't really mean abstinence. It means being mindful of how we spread, not important to this conversation. And the other one, apragara, mispronounced Sanskrit, by the way, is non-attachment, non-possessiveness. Are you attached to your opinion? Are you attached so much to your opinion that you're willing to shout it out and have it hurt someone? Are you that attached to what you're thinking that you're willing to use it as a weapon? And if you do, then you're breaking the very first of the yamas, which is nonviolence. So, let me dive back in, guys. You get me started about yoga, and I'll go on forever. Rhea says, I had to force myself to be nice. I used to be used, and my life wasn't the best, but pulled out of that. Just not the nicest half the time. Let's rephrase that, Rhea. Instead of saying not the nicest half the time, how about saying, hey, half the time, you're nice. It's steering away from the negative to the positive. Stay in that positive. Half the time, you know what? More than half the time. 75% of the time that you're here, 80% of the time that you're here, maybe even 90, you're perfectly kind, you're respectful. Every so often, you get stuck on a track and you just don't let it go. That's okay. Because now that we know, we can steer it around it. And here's what I want to do. If you feel you're not on track, let us know. And we'll all course correct together. Nothing but friends here. Michael says, but in order to get someone to like you, you have to make a good first impression. So maybe give a time to yourself and see how it goes. From there, as they say, patience is a virtue. Infinite patience produces immediate results, as it says in the Course in Miracles. Nicely said, Michael. I'm way behind, aren't I? Sebastian says, Michael, she's such a lovely, caring person. I agree. She is. And only time heals. You know what? I would say we don't even need time to heal. We heal like that. We just don't realize it. Michael says, I know she is. You know how Michael knows she is? Because Michael's a caring, lovely person as well. He's got a huge, kind heart. Sacha says, sometimes less can be more. Yogi, I agree. Sepa says, if you try to smuggle or lie or something unkind through the gates, it will be perceived as an illusion to those that vibrate on the higher frequency. I like that term smuggle because we can really convince ourselves. Of course, this is true. Why? Well, because I heard it, because I believe it, because I want it to be true, because it should be true. And we've heard that expression. Well, if it's not true, it ought to be. We get some unicorn and hearts and rainbows from our friend Lucy. Thank you so much, Lucy. She says this is very interesting and explanatory. It is. I fell in love with both those three gates. First read about it in 1980s. My first meditation teacher, Agnath S. Warren, wrote about it. That's where I first read about it, as well as when I first found out that yoga was more than stretching, it was more than postures. Much, much, much more. In the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, 197 sutras, short, pithy teaching instructions, 197. The yoga asanas are mentioned 3 times, and what they're mentioned is for sitting in longer periods of meditation. Anna says, yes, it is, Jace. Where it says, so where is Yoda? Isn't she normally here? I don't think there's ever a, set time. She shows up when she shows up. Epistemology is also the connection to the first gate. But if you don't understand epistemology, you have been taught without known where the truth originates from. How are you, Daisy? How's your Saturday going, Daisy? Everyone's saying hi to Daisy. And Sebastian says, Yogi, I remember studying verbosity in English. I guess we could apply that verbally with the 3 grades of speech. Yes, we could. Especially we get on a roll. Verbose. We keep talking because we fall in love with the sound of our own voice. Guilty. Unfortunately. There's a story of a rabbi who would give these long, flourishing, beautiful sermons. And yet, right in the middle of his sermons, he would abruptly stop talking, get a little perplexed look on his face, and sit down and not say another word. And everyone was curious. This would go on for days and weeks and months and years, and no one ever said anything to him. Once, as only a child can do, as only the innocence of a child can do, approached the rabbi and said, why do you just stop? In the middle of your sermons, you stop and you sit down and you never say another word the entirety of the sermon. Why do you do that? And he smiled at the child and said, because I open my heart to God and I speak only what comes from God. And when I start hearing my own voice, as soon as I hear my own voice, I stop and I sit down. Jason says, Eric, is there anything in yoga you've not managed to achieve? The end result. The end result. The end result is samadhi, bliss consciousness. I have meditated and have experienced samadhi, those deep states of absorption, where you just pure isness, consciousness. But it's not life for me. The goal of yoga is to be fully in bliss consciousness, to be fully God realized. The end result of yoga is to be God realized. I'm not even remotely close. However, I'm a happy person than when I started practicing yoga sincerely. For me, A Course in Miracles and yoga, it's the same exact thing. Different avenues. Hey, Destiny. Destiny, my friend, how are you? Our good friend, Destiny Forever Walks PhD, is here. She is my soul sister in the deepest sense of the word, the originating member of the Fellowship of Beingness. My first days as a live streamer would be in deep, serious conversations with Destiny and Odom. Let's see, who else did we have back then? It Is What It Is, otherwise known as the Burpee Reaper. And we would talk about all things, deep, deep spiritual conversations. Oh, this was, I think, about a year and a half ago or so. It's back when I was young and innocent. I had a full head of hair back then. Well, okay, I didn't have a full head of hair. I just right there, I broke that first gate. I let it slip right through. And it says, "Thank you, Destiny. Happy Saturday to you too." Thanks for coming in, Destiny. Jay says, "Destiny, I'm okay. Thank you. Still training hard." There she is. What's up, Willow? Destiny says, "Hello to Willow." Willow says, "Hi to everyone." How is everyone? That's okay, Willow. She says, "Willow, sorry I missed you at the end of my stream. You may want to watch Yogi's song from earlier." You definitely need to watch. You definitely need to watch. Michael says, "Hey there, Willow. Hope you're good." Destiny says, "Yes, just Yogi. We were young back then. Thanks for the kind words. Still one love, a fellowship of beingness." Yes, this will always be the fellowship of beingness. Jay says, "Scroll 1 2 3 1." I got that. What did I miss from separate? Oh, one true, two necessary, three kind. Yes. Imagine. Hey, think of this. Imagine if every single politician adopted that, or those five precepts, the five yamas. Just if they kept those three in mind. Is it true? Is it necessary? Is it kind? Why is it that we seem to think that it's okay for our political leaders to say things that aren't true or not necessary or aren't kind? And we write it off. Well, you know what? As long as, hey, as long as they're doing this, as long as they're doing that, as long as my taxes are low, as long as they end this program I don't like, as long as they cut this or add that. Just imagine what the world would be like if every single political leader practiced those three gates or those five yamas of yoga. Or just a few thoughts from A Course in Miracles, where we would be. Hey, Dan. How are you, my friend? Dan is feeling spicy today. Uh-oh. Hey, Betty. What's that mean for us, Dan? Feeling spicy. Big reps. Rhea says, "Yoda, you okay?" Poor man says, "Looks like a flood insurance shirt, Yogi." This is Daniel Construction. Thought I'd represent. He's a friend of mine. Willa says, Ray, can't answer that. He says, Dan, is that food-wise or workout-wise? That's what I was wondering. Ordered a tankless water heater this morning, $600 while shipping. You know what? $600, they should include shipping, in my opinion. Hey, just pop up on my feed, just to let you guys know, our friend Mary's Gigs is live right now. Hardest worker on YouTube for sure. And Skeeter is live. He's catfishing. You guys ever been catfishing with Skeeter? A lot of fun. Trending Live TV, she is live as well. And our friend Justin, you've been thunderstruck. Another great fishing channel. Let's see. Hey, Cat and Jack is live. I don't know if she is doing a unhosted. Oh, it is unhosted. It says right in the title, unhosted. But hey, even unhosted, if you popped in and hit that like button for it, it counts. It works. Jay says, is that a combo boiler, Dan? Dan says, Jason, I'm sick of tank heaters. They're crap, designed to last within months of warranty expired. Nightmare says, Cat and Jack is unhosted. I was there earlier. Got you. Thanks, Nightmare. Scratcher says, Anna, we had a blast. Willa had the guinea pigs. Willa, how are the guinea pigs today? Great live yesterday. It was a great live. I was able to stop by and hang out. So, Rhea, I would think that if Willa could answer your question about why not, she'd be willing and able to answer your question about why. So, this is where we just relax. You know what I mean? Don't push. Letting our curiosity subside to kindness. It's better to be kind than it is to be right. Because you can always walk away and think, well, I was right. However, if you were unkind, you never walk away happy. You might walk away smug, you might walk away self-satisfied, but none of that is true happiness. If you allow yourself to walk away kind, if you choose to be kind other than right, you'll be happy. You'll have that deep happiness. I'm not talking about that, the surface, shallow happiness of, yeah, I put them in their place, or, along those lines. I'm talking about real happiness that is unconditional. And that does exist, guys. Michael says, gave you a sub, Destiny? Awesome, Michael. You will love Destiny's channel. And it says, thank you for your live yesterday, Yoda. Poor man says, yep, no pilot lights. I think that, Dan, are they safer as well? Chris says, so no one wants to know if she is okay. She's saying if she's okay. We talked about this the other day about making the assumption that no one wants to know. We all want to know, and we all hope that Willow is okay, but none of us want to put Willow in a position where her back is up against the wall and she doesn't feel safe, or she doesn't feel at ease. We want Willow to hang out and have fun. If Willow has anything to share, she knows she can share. She knows she's here with friends. So we never have to push. We never have to push another person. They will let us know what they want us to know. We've all been in that position. We just want to be with our friends. And that's enough. Nightmare says, back to rain and cold weather. Sadly, we had 2 days of sun. I really need to move from the UK. It's depressing the hell out of me. I can understand that. Definitely. We don't have a lot of sun today. It comes and goes. but we're getting up to 84 degrees today, which is hot in March at the end of it's hot for April. Well, it says always Anna. Sample says Ray, quote, you seem to have an attachment enough. Michael says, I'm sure I will. And get go rare quote. Jay says, Nightmare, that was the summer. Get warmer again next week. Yeah, speaking of safer, the old one detonated well today, this morning. Almost blew up my face. Good times. Well, I'm glad you're okay. Yeah, I would say it was definitely time to get a new hot water heater. Ray says that makes no sense. Michael says you can force someone to like you, mate. Respect isn't given; it's earned. Willa says, "Hope everyone is good." So what we want to do is just relax. You know, there's never an issue to push, ever. Everything comes through relaxation. I know some of you guys have practiced martial arts. Have you ever done well in martial arts when you're tense, when you're pushing? Think how much easier it is when you're relaxed. You want to see relax? I watched was it round 12? I forget the actual round. Muhammad Ali versus George Foreman, the very last round, and how relaxed Muhammad Ali looked and how exhausted George Foreman looked. Both awesome fighters. But the one who was relaxed and smarter, he was the one who won. Seven says, Nightmare Chainsaw Shorts next week. Sun's out. Phil says, hope everyone is good. Dan says, I'm also an idiot for trying to heat it while leaking. Well, definitely, in retrospect, a mistake. Desi says, still blessings to Michael. Michael says, we'll check out Destiny's channel in a bit. And pleasure to meet you. Sebastian says, well, I took the boys to get a pet store. Maybe get a rabbit tomorrow. Awesome. So cool. Hey, Willow. So you inspired Sebastian to get a rabbit. Rabbits are so cool. Michael says, amen. We got some unicorn love from Lucy. Thank you, Lucy. Peace and happiness. Absolutely. Rhea says, but it's easy to say, how are you? And say good or bad. She doesn't need to. She doesn't need to say anything, Rhea. No need to be sorry, Willow. Never needs to let us know. What's up, Jamie? How are you? Willow says, just there. How is everyone? Again, Yoda doesn't have to say anything she doesn't want to say. Sebastian says, Rhea, how are you? Have you had a good day? And she says, how has the day been so far, Yogi? It's been warm. It's been a warm day. Already probably 75, maybe close to 80. I had a good but short workout. I had a huge workout yesterday. Making progress with the kettlebells. I'm going for something special on my birthday. What's up, Cat and Jack? By the way, on my birthday, today's not my birthday. In spite of the song that we had earlier, guys, if you play back the live stream, you're going to see an amazing song from Jace. It got rave reviews. I'm going to quote our friend Nightmare. Brilliant Jace. Truly was. Dan says, I think I'm going to do heavy bar work, maybe 1 or 2 days a week, 3 or 4 days in between. What will be the moves? I think that's actually a really good idea. Probably, if you're going to take it Mensa style, probably twice a week, especially with the body weight stuff that you do. Well, it says, all right. Kat, how are you? Are you working today? Jimmy says, I'm okay. Thanks. How are you? I'm glad you asked. I'm doing good. I'm just glad you asked because it's nice. I appreciate it. You probably thought I was going to say something very deep and profound. I'm glad you asked. Let me tell you how I am. But no, I'm doing okay. I'm doing good. Nothing deep, nothing profound. Desi says, Mrs. Untold, I left gifts at your door. Check it out. Hey, Phoenix. Phoenix says, good morning, wonderful friends. Happy Saturday. Hope everyone's having a day of comfort. Thank you, my friend. Hey, are you guys subscribed to Phoenix and Fireside? It's an aptly named channel because you literally see Phoenix. She covers some deep and heavy subjects, some personal subjects, things that she's went through that she's willing to put out and share. Not my story to tell. Visit her site. She's always welcome to share it here if she would like to. I just have the utmost love, admiration, and respect for people who are willing to share what they've been through so that other people can heal. That's what our friend Phoenix does. Who says, I'm with Yoda, just watching. I saw a reply from Kat. Let me see if I can find it. Sniper says, to Willow, I went to a special pet store in Essex. They have 26 rescue cats, rabbits, and a parrot. Well, in the shop. Very magical place. 4 sofas, shelves in purchase. Pretty cool. Let's see. Everyone's saying hi. Well, it says, Sips, I read that. Desi says, hello and happy Saturday to poor man. Kat says hi to Jamie. Will says, Yogi, okay, can we do breath work today? Yes, we can do breath work today. I'm thinking, off the top of my head, never a good thing, but I thought I should give you guys fair warning. I'm thinking 3-7-8 breath for the afternoon. It's like taking our feet off the gas pedal or foot just a bit. Got to sit at work waiting to be sent to the next place. Oh, why was I thinking that you do it, that everything's in one set place? So you drive place to place to unload. Man, what a physical job. Dan says heavy and slow reps, burpees and calisthenics, separate entity. Agreed. So are you saying that you'll just do heavy and slow reps and not do as many burpees, body weight stuff? Jay says, Jamie, the clouds came, it went cold and started to rain. Zena would never have drive. Gotcha. Jimmy says, hey, Jace, what happened to going live? Willa says, how is the day going so far? So far, pretty good. Right on point. Done my breath work. I meditated. I 2 rounds of yoga. Did my workout. I've walked twice. Hung out with my cats. Talking to you guys. Doesn't get much better. Thank you, Phoenix. Jimmy says, Jace, all right. Poor man says, probably hit the gym tomorrow. We'll go 4 or 5 straight bar. Wow. I know you generally prefer the trap bar, don't you? Lisa says, Phoenix sister. Jay says, I could always do another song, Yogi. The stage is open. The stage is wide open. Nightmare says, Jace, I think we need some mushy P singing. Man, look at Nightmare sliding that in, planting that seed, and then he backs off. You'll never see Nightmare push an issue. He's very sly, very slick. Just slides it in there, and then he backs out, and he watches it all unfold. So he says, thanks, Eric McCarty, and I will see you in the chat later. Enjoy your weekend. You too, Destiny. Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you, the co-founder of the Fellowship of Beingness. Anna waves at Nightmare. Phoenix says, thank you, Yogi. Much respect. Much respect to you as well. Nightmare says, Sub Phoenix. Enjoy her live stream, Nightmare. Phoenix is sending some sunflower love to Jace. Doing the calisthenics like normal will affect mass gains, but not a big deal for me. Right. Didn't you say you wanted to get up to 220? Which is only what? Like 10 pounds? Straight bar works, throw back more. Yes. Spencer says, Eric, did you have a favorite subject at school? Lunch? Actually, that's not even true. Not even lunch. Favorite subject. For a while, I enjoyed religion, and I don't know why they called it religion, because it wasn't religion. We never learned about any other religion or anything else other than Catholic faith. Of course, I went to a Catholic school. But no one should just be raised any one thing without ever being exposed to other stuff. How do you know you're meant to be a Catholic unless you come to it by way of your own heart? How are you supposed to know that you are meant to be a Buddhist unless you've had the freedom to explore other avenues that might work better for you? That's what I always love about yoga is it's a psychology. Same with Buddhism. It's more of a psychology than a religion. Same with Course in Miracles. Even though it is steeped in Christian language, it actually has more in common with yoga and Buddhism than it does with Christianity, or at least the Christianity that we're used to dealing with. Jay says, Dan, I'm doing some research into that theory. You can still be huge and do the body weight stuff, but will require sufficient calorie intake to sustain it. Lots of work. Probably as much work getting those calories in as it is working out. When I wanted to get big, when I was bodybuilding, way back in the 1980s, most specifically in the late 80s, early 90s, I started doing the 10,000 calorie a day diet, which sounds like a lot, and it is. And I didn't always make 10,000 a day. I probably seldom ever made it. It was not the point to take in 10,000 calories. The point was to try to get 10,000 calories a day. Because in doing so, even if you fail, you got 7,000 in, you got 8,000 in, you got 9,000 in. I would never do that again, of course. Sebastian says, I would like to read some more American history. Hey, Kobe.
Okay, hello.
Hello.
Song choice. I know you like Sweet Caroline, don't you?
I do like Sweet Caroline.
Okay, I think that works quite quickly. So obviously we don't get no rehearsal, we don't get no time to practice. Relaxing and breathing allows for focus, allows the process. So it goes something like, where it began, 9 o'clock in the morning. Then he comes on about 1:30. He sings his songs. You know that they're never boring. You know that his love is always strong. He likes mushy peas. Bum, bum, bum. The fun times never seem so good. I did have another version, but obviously, let's just straight off the top. Dale, hello, mate. Hope you're good.
You
Finally,
and Nightmare are in cahoots. This is the second time on a live stream I've used that word. You're
hang on,
in
he's just sent me
cahoots.
another message. I have another song to sing by the looks of it.
Hey, Dale.
Okay, Nightmare, got it. Yogi's the one that we want. Yogi's the one we want. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yogi's the one we want. Yogi's the one we want. Ooh, ooh, ooh. With mushy peas. Oh, yes, indeed. Ooh.
Nightmare is singing along. Go Jace. He likes mushy peas.
No worries. Obviously, I think hopefully that's ticked his few boxes that he required. He said it had to be a song, with mushy peas. There you go. A couple of ad-libbed quick karaoke songs just off the top of the bonds. But yes, I'm hopefully going to get some collabs with Skits. And if I can, I'm going to get him onto the channel. I'll let him do some tunes in the background and I'll just drop some bars to it. Because I don't mind spitting the odd bars now and then as well. It's just a case of describing a story and trying to get little words that connect or rhyme. And if you have that ability, it just flows. Some people have those gifts. Jamie,
Cool.
we need to get Jamie. If I could beg Jamie to come up and do his impression of me and his impression of you, I think it would be absolute quality. And you'll just see just how gifted Jamie is at doing impressions. So Jamie, here's a little shout out and a challenge for you. Come up and do the impressions of us because it cracks me up and it's so good. And the one of Eric, it's also so good. And Donald Trump, it's so good.
Donald Trump is good.
Jamie's got
Oh.
this thing where his mind allows him to bring those voices to life, and it's like it's a gift, another gift.
Do you know what Jamie does? When he does me, and he mentioned this, he thinks Joe Biden, and then he speeds it up just a little bit.
It gets the facial posture as well. You get that sort of like calm, composed. The little bead click.
What do you think, Jamie? You want to come up?
Please, Jamie, go on, come up just for a couple of minutes and just do a couple of impressions. It'd be absolutely awesome. And
You know what you don't know right now? Right now, I'm doing my impersonation of Jamie Brown, doing his impersonation of Yogi.
Okay, yeah.
How is that for?
I don't think your impersonation's quite as good as Jamie's, though. That's the only problem. You need a little bit of work. Right, much love, much kindness. Obviously, there's another little seed planted there. If anybody is good at impressions, let's start practicing. Let's just add to the humour and the bit of joy that we provide each other. Namaste, much love. Have a great
Namaste, my friend. Yep,
Bye.
you too. Hey, Jason's going to be live soon. So don't miss. Jace will be live soon. We'll probably be live for about 15 more minutes, and then we'll go check out Jace. Hey, Adam. Adam Bitcoin says, I never knew that song was about mushy peas. Oh, yeah. The original version was all about mushy peas. What's the question, Willa? Nightmare says, and Jamie, don't forget the banana on the head. A Jason Skits collab sounds amazing. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Foreman says, I need what Jason has for breakfast when he wrote that. So how you doing, Dale? Nightmare says that's slowly changing. Yogi Islam will be taught in British schools now, which is a huge change considering it was only ever Christianity. Well, for me, going to Catholic school, you couldn't even ask. That was my problem. I enjoyed it, and then I started asking questions. You're not supposed to ask questions. We even got a moo. What a guy. Yeah, you got to throw in that additional moo now and then. You still got the question, Willow? Let's see. Jamie, you still here? if let's see, if Jamie doesn't want to come on live, which is understandable, we'll get ready to do some breath work. Let me know who might be in, who wants to do some breath work. Jamie, oh yeah, come on up, Jamie. Jamie's still here. Shall I come up? Definitely. This will be a first, guys. We haven't had the privilege and pleasure of having our friend Jamie Brown up and entertaining us. And he's definitely entertaining. Sebastian says, yes, please, Eric. Jamie says, I'm back. Yes, Jamie, please do, bro. So let's wait and see if this works out, and then we'll do some breath work because I don't want Jamie to hit the button while we're doing breath work and not be able to reply. Or if Jamie wants to wait, we can do breath work first. Just let me know. I feel like we covered quite a bit in our live stream, and we also got to laugh, which is always important. And I definitely needed it. All right. If that's being the case, let's go into breath work. And then maybe when we're done with breath work, Jamie will be able to come up for a few minutes, and then we'll end the live stream. Oh, there he is. Let's see. My question is, how do you like? I don't know all that I'm saying. How do you have done yoga video? I haven't, but I will. What's up there, Jamie?
Hey,
It is frozen. I didn't know if you were frozen, or doing a dramatic pause.
a lot
I do.
when you're thinking of what to say. So hey, Jay. So I like what you're doing with your channel. I think the inspiration that you put out to the community is second to none. Oh, thank you, Yogi. That is, I'm humbled to hear such nice, kind words. Bless your soul, Yogi.
Is
Such a
it
kind-hearted person, aren't you?
is it wrong that I laughed more at your impersonation of Jace than I laughed at your impersonation of me?
Yeah, that Jamie's a really talented guy, isn't he? He's got all those impressions, hasn't he? Yeah, he's such. Yes, he's such an interesting character. I like the way he goes into the different characters, and he can. It's like if you didn't know that he was taking on that character, you would think that it was that character.
Hey, I have a question for you. How would that conversation go if all of a sudden Jason and I were interrupted by Donald Trump?
Oh yeah. uh, Hello there, you baldy men. I'm not a baldy man. I know that they say I got a toupee, but I don't shave my head like you guys. You look like what do you look like? I'm trying to think what you guys look like. Who's a baldy guy who's famous? I don't know.
Telly
I-
Savalas.
Who?
Yul Brynner.
Oh, I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
trying to just like
Oh,
come up
Vin
with
Diesel.
something.
Vin Diesel. He's a
Yeah,
bald guy.
Vin Diesel. Yeah, you just they're like the spitting image. Yeah, you're like the spitting image of Vin Diesel.
Nightmare
You
says
like you're like the more refined version of Vin Diesel, so I call you Vin Petrol.
Eric Point said Moby.
Oh yeah, Moby.
He's hard to do an
Yeah.
impression of. I don't even know what Moby sounds like.
Yeah.
Nightmare says that your Trump expression is on point.
Yeah.
As much as I love the Trump impression and Jace and mine, there was one thing you did yesterday that blew me away. Do you remember what it was?
Nah.
Tibetan throat singing.
Oh yeah. What, you want me to do that?
Is it too much of a strain?
No, it's not a strain, it's just
was
like so we're like hang on. Hang on, let me just
Thank you,
kind
Jacob.
of compose myself in it, just like yeah.
Amazing. It's
And then
amazing.
there's the other singing like the whatever it's called, the like what some call it throat bass, where it goes like a didgeridoo sound.
Right.
Yeah. All right.
And you beatbox.
Oh yeah, I do like.
Awesome. Nightmare says I was
Thank
literally
you.
about to say, I bet Jamie would be great beatboxing.
I'm the greatest beatboxer in the entire world. That's not fake news.
Jay says that's so hard to do. Awesome. It was awesome. Hey, Chicago.
You know what else is hard to do? Yo, mama. Ah, goodness. All right, well, let's run over 5 minutes.
Thank you,
Let's
Jamie.
go on.
Much appreciated.
All right, thank you.
Yep, you're welcome.
Bye.
The amazing Jamie Brown, guys. Seated ovation. Nightmare is laughing. Jace is laughing. Welcome in, Eric LaPointe. Welcome in, Chicago West and Simon. Appreciate you guys being here. We are about to do breath work. Let me know when you're in the car and ready. Willow. Eric LaPointe is laughing. Hey, I think that's the next impersonation we need from Jamie is an Eric LaPointe. Hey, speaking, Eric LaPointe. Very informative tree planting. Connecticut is known for its rocks. Anna is ready, and let's see. Willow is ready. You still here, Sebastian? Guys, we're going to do some breath work, and then we're going to, Simon says, do Michael Jackson. That might be tough. Michael Jackson might be tough. And then we're going to wrap it up. Chicago says, I love Maine. Beautiful state. Absolutely beautiful state. Nightmare says, you know what else is hard to do? Yeah, mama. Yeah, I figured you would like that one. Point says, thanks, Yogi. You're welcome, my friend. All right. We're going to do the 4-7-8 breath. We breathe in for count of 4. Hold for count of 7. We exhale through the mouth, pursed lips, with a light, easy whoosh sound. I'm going to demonstrate. I'm going to breathe in for 4. And we repeat. Let's do that 5 times. Chicago says, I found your recommendation from Dolly. Oh, nice. Big thank you for Dolly. Big thank you from Dolly. To Dolly. Sorry, guys. Simon says, Diana, God bless. Or Steve Harvey. I'm trying to think if I know what Steve Harvey sounds like. If I heard it, I'd recognize it. So, for those who are going to breathe, if you could close your eyes and relax. And put your attention on your belly. Very lightly. Eyes are closed. Attention is very lightly on the belly. As you breathe in through your nose, as you exhale through your nose, notice how your belly rises and falls. As you breathe in, the belly rises. As you exhale, the belly falls very lightly, very easily. No strain, no effort. All you have to do is breathe. Belly rising and falling. This is your check-in point. Anytime during the day. Is your belly moving as you breathe? Very lightly from the diaphragm. Allow that belly breath to relax you. Holding your attention for just a moment longer. And then bring your attention to your heart center. We went from the belly to the heart center. Just allow a little bit of attention to focus on that space. And with your attention, add a little bit of light. Just picture some light. It could be a ball of light. It could be a wall of light. Just light emanating from your heart center. Every time you breathe in, the light gets stronger. Every time you breathe out, we're extending that light outwards. Now bring your attention to your nose. Feel the breath passing through the nostrils as we breathe in and passing out as we breathe out. Bring your attention right between the eyebrows. It's the third eye. The 6th chakra. This is our connection, guys. This is where our intuition lies. Very light attention. And now we're going to breathe in for a count of 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale with a whoosh for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathing in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathe in through your nose for 1, 2, 3, 4, and hold 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale through the mouth with a whoosh for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last breath, we're breathing in for 1, 2, 3, 4, and hold for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and exhale with a whoosh through the mouth for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and relax, keeping your eyes closed for just a moment longer. Relaxed, breathing normally. Go back to the belly for just a moment, and again, notice the light movement. Breathing in, the belly expands. Breathing out, the belly falls. And then our attention to the heart center again. Breathing in, we fill with light. Breathing out, we extend that light outwards, healing everyone we come in contact with. Attention goes back up to the third eye, our intuitive point. This is where we understand others. This is where we get intuition, insights, wisdom, and empathy towards others. And our last stop is at the top of the head. This is the God spot. This is our connection. Consciousness itself. See that light coming up from the heart center, all the way through the crown of the head, touching heaven itself, with heaven extending back down through you. That's our connection. And when you're ready, but only when you're ready, open your eyes and I will see you in the chat. Thanks, Kobe. And thanks, Simon. So after we get caught up for a minute in the chat, we'll end the live stream. We'll go hang out with Jace. Don't forget to visit Cat and Jack and hit that like button for her. And for Jack. Nightmare says, thanks very much, sir. You're welcome, Nightmare. One of my favorite breaths, and I know it's a favorite of yours too, Nightmare. It's actually so powerful, you don't need to do it that many times. Some people recommend 3 times, some 5. I split the difference. Occasionally, I do it for 10 times. But here's what I find. I don't feel any better at 10 than I do at 3 or 4 or 5. So for the sake of, I guess, efficiency, it's just not necessary to do anymore. And most breaths that we do, 10 times. This is why I say, my teacher, my breathwork teacher to train me to be a teacher, we would debate about meditation. And he'd say you could get 90 to 95% of all the benefits of meditation through breathwork. And I came to him as a meditation teacher. And I said, nope, I disagree. But when I started doing breath work in a particular way, I gotta say, he was very much right. So 3 times a day, 10 breaths, 30 breaths a day, and then therapeutically as needed would literally change your life. But you gotta practice it. It's not something that you want to do when you feel that you need it. although you do want to do it when you feel that you need it, but not exclusively so. You want to also have it as a practice because that's when the magic happens. 3 times a day. I am happy to help anyone set up a program 3 times a day. Sebastian says, thank you, Yogi. You're welcome, my friend. Anna says, thank you so much, Yogi. You're welcome, Anna. Boa says, I needed that. It says, thank you so much. Sebastian says, KB, I agree. Boa says, yes, please, Yogi. Thank you, Lucy. We got unicorn, love, and rainbows. So, Willow, you know the breath of fire. And you know this 4-7-8 breath. And then in the evening, I would recommend breathing in for 4, out for 8. And if you need to supercharge it, block off the right side, exhale through the left side. So I breathe in. So this entire time, I've been secretly training our friend Yoda to be a yogi. Wow. What are we looking at here, Jace? French fries, or as you guys across the pond call it, chips. Is that chicken? Obviously, that's just a light snack before Jace works out. All right. So let's wrap things up. Lucy says delicious. Jace says chicken omelet, chicken fried rice, chips, and curry. Nice. Let's see. Chicago says looks amazing. Mr. CJ. Hey, Jacob. Says hashtag Jacob Love. Thank you, Jacob. Jacob's gotten us to 34, guys. This is oops, read that. Willis says nice, Jace. Lucy says delicious. Nightmare says yum. 2 dinners. Zetas of mine in the bowl. Sebastian says just sub to Chicago. Hey, thank you for saying that, Sebastian. As I want to make sure, I am subscribed to Chicago. I'm laughing, Chicago, at your last short that you have up. That you are safe. Let's make sure that I get all notifications, which I do. Chicago says, thanks, Sebastian. I'll be doing a series of Maine seafood restaurants this summer. Nice. Chicago's laughing. Simon says, really glad I found your live. Very helpful, Eric. Well, thank you, Simon. I'm really glad that you found us too. Let's go to your channel real quick. Connected, my friend. We do breath work pretty much every day, and usually upon request. If anyone needs to do something, they have something particular that they're working through. In the morning, if it's asked for, we do breath of fire, which is an invigorating breath. Nightmare says, off to watch the PCG game. Thanks for the stream as always, Yogi, and thanks Jamie and Jace for the last 2. Absolutely. Sebastian says, oh, lovely Chicago. Be lovely to see Maine. It's a beautiful state. Chicago says, if you comment, I'll sub to all that do. Jace says, thanks for another great live. Thank you for help making it great, Jace. And we will see you on your live stream. Get some more hashtag Jacob Love. Will says, goodbye, my friend. I was just about to say I'm going to be driving soon, so I will have to say goodbye. And thanks for the breath work, my friend. You're welcome. And if you're able to hang out this evening-ish, we'll do some more. Just let me know, Willa. Eric Point says, another great live. Thanks, Eric. Much appreciated. Sebastian says, bye, Willa. Have a nice drive. Chicago says, if there's anything or any place in Maine you want to see, if know about, just let me know, and I'll do a video for it. I've been to the top of Mount Katahdin. I've been along the Moosehead Lake. Took a ferry from Bar Harbor to Nova Scotia. I then drove up from Nova Scotia to New Brunswick, and then back into Ontario, and all the way down, and then back into Maine. I love Maine. I saw my first moose in Maine. I was in a VW Rabbit, which meant that I looked out and I saw a moose's leg. And in order to see the moose, I had to hang my head out the window and look up. Chicago said that's a great hike. It is a great hike. Jay says, and happy birthday, Yogi. And happy birthday, Jace. Thank you. Wolf says, can't be bothered to cook. I understand that. Stretcher says, is Derry, Maine, Chicago thinking of the film? It is. A great many of Stephen King's books take place. Salem's Lot. Spencer says, Willie does a retreat. She does. All right. Thanks again, guys. I will see everyone, if you're around, nothing to do, in about 2.5 hours or so. What's it, 2:30? Maybe closer to 3 hours. I'll be live again at 5:25 Eastern time. Hopefully, if you guys are around, I'll see you then. Jay says, much love to you all. Much love to you, my friend. I will see everyone later. Take care, guys. And thank you. I appreciate you being here. Sebastian says, thank you, brilliant live. See you later. Thank you, Sebastian. Chicago says, Stephen King, main mansion is about 39-minute drive from where I live. He has a bookstore downtown Bangor. Nice. Big Stephen King fan. Chicago says, a great afternoon. Thanks for the live. Thank you, Chicago. I appreciate you hanging out. See you guys.